Hi guys, it's me again, Dominic Alsacatani from BP21, back at it again with another topic. So for today's video, we're going to answer different kinds of questions that given to us by our professor, Mr. Jefferson Herrera. So without further ado, let's go.
Mr. Pocky. 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 Mr. Pocky.
So the best answer for me guys is letter C. Since assessment requires both cooperation and hard work to maintain one student's and teacher's one goal, and assessment is not about comparing one student to another. The primary objective is to determine what a student's weaknesses and strengths are in relation to a specific subject matter. So my answer for number 2 is letter D. Quality assessment procedure is a process in which evaluators choose the best way to create an assessment for better learning. Teachers or evaluators must inform students of the assessment procedure that will be used, so the students are prepared for the assessment. My answer for number 3 is letter B. The content and the difficulty level are the two categories of TOS or table of specification. The content is acceptable or does not measure either of the objectives, and in the case of difficulty level, it is the one that makes the test more valid from simple, hard, and difficulty test questions.
Good day everyone, my name is Jade Adrian M. Datang from BPE 21. My answer in that question is letter C. In order to know whether the test is valid, it is most important to know an estimate of the reliability of the test. Reliability and validity are related concepts. If the test is unreliable, then it cannot yield valid outcomes. My answer in that question is letter C. It lacks validity because the skills that Ma'am Gia wanted to teach to her student is folk dancing. It is not appropriate to do an assessment tool consisted of written tests. It should be a performance task or an actual performance to know if the student know the steps or not. The number 1 and 6 belong to the cognitive level knowledge because this question tends to acquire facts, concepts, and theories. And the number 2 and 10 belongs to the analysis because this question requires to the student to break down ideas in order to get its answer. The number 3 and 7 is belong to the cognitive level comprehension, where the question involve accusation or awareness of the interrelationship of fact and concept. And the number 4 belong to the evaluation because it needs judgment or putting word to concept of principle. The number 5 and 9 belong to the application because it transfers on knowledge or idea in the field of study to another. And lastly, the number 8 belong to the synthesis because it entails putting together the components to acquire the answer.
Hi guys! So let me introduce myself first. I'm Jer Maclino. So now I will answer this following question. The first question is, a test may be reliable but not necessarily valid. Is it possible for a test to be valid but not reliable? The answer is no. Why? It is not possible for a test to be valid but not reliable because a valid test is always reliable and they are related concepts. If an instrument is unreliable, it cannot yield valid outcomes because validity happens when the results attain the learning objectives. However, the reliability when the scores are constant through the different trial. A 50-item test was administered to a group of 20 students. The mean score was 35 while standard deviation was 5.5. Compute KR21 index of reliability. So we use the Kuder-Richardson formula. So formula KR21 equals K over K minus 1 multiplied by 1 minus the means multiplied by K minus means over the number of items K multiplied by the standard deviation squared. So KR21 equals to the number of items 50 over 50 minus 1 multiplied by 1 minus the means is 35 multiplied by the number of items 50 minus 35 over 50 and multiply by the standard deviation 5.5 squared. KR21 equals 50 over 49, 50 minus 1, 49, multiplied by 1 minus 35, then we multiply the 50 minus 35 equals 15 over 50 multiplied by 5.5 squared. KR21 equals, we divide 50 over 49. The answer is 1.02 multiplied by 1 minus 35 minus 15 divided 35 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 15 equals 525 point over 50 multiplied by 5.5 squared. The answer is 1512.5. So KR21 equals 1.02 multiplied by 1, then we divide the 525 and 1512.5. The answer is 0.347. KR21 equals 1.02 multiplied by 1 minus 0.347 equals 0.65. Then we multiply 1.02 to 0.65. KR21 equals 1.02 multiplied by 0.65. The answer is 0.66. So the KR21 index of reliability is 0.66.
Good day to all of you guys, and I'm Ronquillo Escarpus, and um, my topic is from number 9. Selected the course of action to be taken in the light of possible sequences. For the number 1 question, Miss Plantilla developed an achievement test in math for grade 3 pupils. Before she finalized test, she examined carefully if the test items were constructed based on the competencies that have to be tested. What test of validity was she trying to establish? So, my answer on this question is letter A, content validity. Since Ma'am Pantilla created equal achievement test, and she is attempting to assess each student ability. So from number 2 question, what type of validity does the pre-board examination possess if it is if its result can be explained how the students will likely perform in their licensure examination? From this item, my answer is letter A, concurrent. Since the pre-board exams assess how the students do in test, they can be used to compare them. And from number 3, my answer, the question is the students of Mrs. Valina were very noisy. To keep them busy, they were given any test available in the classroom, and then the result were graded as a way to punish them, which statement best explain if the practice is acceptable or not. So my answer from this question is letter D, because the practice is acceptable since the test is results are graded. And from number 4, Mr. Gringo tried to correlate the scores of his pupils in the social studies with their grades in the same subject in last third quarter. What test validity is he trying to establish? My answer from this question is criterion validity. Since Mr. Gringo attempts to forecast or say his student current results in the same subject based on their previous exam results in social studies in third quarter. And from number 5, which of the following situations may lower the validity of test? For me is it's letter C. Mrs. Lopezar removes the item in the achievement test that everyone would be able to answer correctly. And that's all. Thank you.